I remember growing up, I used to hear the phrase, people would throw it around all the time, and it was, time heals all wounds. And that was like everyone's answer to pain. Like, oh, just give it time, you'll get over it. It could be a bad breakup, it could be, grief from losing a loved one. It doesn't matter what it is. But that's sort of the mindset that people had was time heals all wounds. And yesterday, I was sitting with, I am a caregiver for a woman who's 85 years old. She's an incredible woman. Her story is just incredible. She's been bedbound for 7 years, and she had told me stories of her husband and how she loved him very much, but she told me that he loved women. So he cheated quite often, and he would leave her and then come back and then leave her and come back. And she was just heartbroken for years and years and years. Well, he's been gone. He passed on a very long time ago. And these things, these wounds that happened to her happened when she was very young. And 85 years old, so she's lived a good long life, but she's laying in her bed. She will frequently just look at me out of nowhere and be like, I'm going to cry. And she'll just break into tears. And when I ask her, what's wrong? What's going on with you? Are you hurt or did something happen? And she will just say, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. But she gets these really incredibly strong urges to cry, or she tells me like she just has so much pain and she's had to be strong her whole life. And here she is, that's proof of the whole time heals all wounds. Time does not heal wounds. Choosing to heal wounds heals wounds, not time. It's the biggest misconception about healing is that we are just going to, after a certain amount of time, we will just be fine and it won't be a problem any longer. But in reality, when we have that sort of thinking, we're not addressing the pain. We're not consciously healing the pain. We are burying it in hopes that we just don't have to see it anymore. And so when they say time heals all wounds, time may heal your perception of a wound, but it always resurfaces. Always. Even when you're 85 years old and it's been 40, 50 years since the pain has occurred. Time doesn't heal anything. If you want to heal your wounds, you have to feel your wounds. And this is what deters most people from ever healing is the pain that they have to sit through is so excruciating that it's better and easier in their own minds to just bury it and forget that it exists. And so I was just thinking about this yesterday when I was sitting with her. I was like, they say time heals all wounds. Time heals nothing. This poor woman is still suffering. Her trauma is still making an appearance at 85 years old, more than likely because she didn't know how to heal. But when we think time is going to do it for us, we are in for, a bad surprise because eventually, no matter what, it's going to show itself. So all of the distraction, all of the deflection, all of the shoving it down, all of the numbing, all of the running, all of the pretending gets you nowhere. True healing begins when you surrender to the emotions, when you surrender to the pain. That is healing. And if people are selling you a story that healing is beautiful and lovely and it's just sunshine and rainbows, that's not healing. They're selling you a false idea of healing because healing feels like hell. If it was sunshine and rainbows, everyone would do it. But people literally build their entire lives around running from the pain that they don't want to feel, that they don't want to face. Time heals nothing. So if you are ready to heal, to finally heal, to actually heal, then you need to feel it. You need to allow. I love you guys. God bless.